What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Ravens Rundown. I am your host, Joey Peterson, and coming up on today's show, we got some major draft news for the Baltimore Ravens because they are finally scheduling some visits. Now, there's multiple different types of visits when it comes to prior to the NFL draft. There's what they like to call top 30 visits, Senior Bowl / Pro Day visits, and then you can invite a player in for a private workout if you want to further evaluate their skills. The two visits we're talking about today are top 30 visits. So what are those, you ask? Well, great question. These are the most common types of visits, right? Where teams invite a limited number 30 of prospects to their facilities for a thorough evaluation. So I got two new visit targets for you guys to look at. I'm going to break them down to make sure you stick around. Before that, though, the Steelers, our Steelers Talk channel, just did a draft video yesterday. They got 32 subs off of that. Can we beat them today? Come on. We're doing a draft video. I need 35 subs. Let's put them in the ground. Show them that we run the AFC North right here at Chat Sports. So some new top 30 visits to look at. This one, most recent, coming out this morning, Femi Oladejo, right? I think it's Olawu Femi. We're just going to call him Femi. Edge rusher out of UCLA. Justin Melo had a lot of great things to say about the prospect. UCLA Edge Femi Oladejo has seen his draft stock explode since the conclusion of the 2024 season. That's how one scout put it in conversations. Oladejo's dominated the Senior Bowl and pre-draft circuit. It's within the realm of possibility that he's selected in the first round. I mean, this guy is pretty much everything you could want in a picture-perfect prospect. He looks the part. He's the height of the part. He's the weight of the part, coming at 6'3", 260 pounds. The really interesting thing about Femi is that obviously he went to the same school as Laiatu Latu. The top edge defender coming out of UCLA last year was a top 20 selection to go to the Indianapolis Colts. What has made Femi's game so interesting over the last year is he's developed the cross chop move, which was Laiatu Latu's go-to move in pass rush. So I think that's kind of what's led to his draft stock rising and a bit of an uptick in production in 2024. Before we break him down any further, let me know, should the Ravens draft Femi Oladejo in round 1? Give me a yes, give me a no in the comment section down below. Let me know your answer. This will be the pinned comment on today's YouTube video. You're about to get hit with a YouTube ad break when that time comes. Scroll down the comment section, find this pinned comment, and give me your answer. Let's look a little bit longer into Femi's career, in 2024, I should say. He had 325 pass rush snaps, 4.5 sacks, 7 hits, 19 hurries. So when I look at the statistics, just right off the bat, that's nothing that screams first-round pick, in my opinion. And when you look a little bit further into his pass rush grades, I think it kind of hammers in that point a little bit more. He had a 65.6 pass rush grade, a pass rush win rate of 10.6%, which is very bottom of the barrel. His run defense grade was pretty solid, 78.6. He's almost an 80 defender when it comes to his run defense, run stopping ability, and his run stop win rate was 9.3% as well. I wouldn't mind Femi, not at all. But I would really mind it if it was a round 1 selection, okay? This is a guy I'm looking at drafting in maybe late day 2, early day 3. I think because of how well he's, performed at the combine, because of how well he did in the Senior Bowl, and because of what his projection might be, I think he's probably going to go in the 3rd round. I don't think he's going to make his way up into the 1st round like that quote I read earlier said, and I hope he doesn't, at least for Baltimore, because they've got some problems. Some pass rush problems, as we like to talk about them, right? The last couple of times you've chosen edge rusher really early in a draft, I don't want to say you've missed on both, but the jury's still out on either of these guys. David Ojabo in 13 games only had 2 sacks, 15 quarterback pressures, and a quarterback pressure rate of only 8.9%. Adisa Isaac was incredibly limited, 3 games played, 19 pass rush snaps, and a bunch of goose eggs on sacks, quarterback pressures, and quarterback pressure percentages. I think pass rusher needs to be in round 1. And if it's not in round 1, then I want it to be in round 2, okay? This is, when you look at what this team wasn't able to do when it came to pressuring the quarterback in the playoffs, Like, there's no doubt in my mind that needs to be the focus going into this offseason. They did nothing about it in free agency, so you got to address it in the draft, and you need to get a stud. So these are my two dream edge targets. I've been talking about them all offseason long, and I'm going to continue to talk about them until this draft is over. Mike Green, James Pierce Jr. Those are two guys I would love to fall into Baltimore's lap. Now, Mike Green, I don't think it's going to. He's had a couple of character concerns, legal concerns, which I think is the only thing that would drop him, but he's kind of made it obvious that he's grown out of that and he's a new man now. James Pierce Jr. does have some character concerns kind of in the realm of his ability of being a teammate. His care for the game, his care for the sport, his care for himself. And so I truly believe that James Pierce Jr. will be available at pick number 27. So coming up, we got another top 30 visit to get into. Reminder, you only get to talk to 30 of those guys, so whenever there's a target out there, a draft target, they're very willing to talk about. But before that, make sure you guys get down in the comment section, find this comment, or it's in the description as well, and go to chatsports.com/RavensPolo. That's going to take you to Fanatics, where you can get this gray polo for $20 off. It was $55. Now it's only $33. I can't tell you how great of a deal that is. I know summer's getting closer. That means the weather's going to be warming up. That means the jackets, quarter zips, parkas, whatever you guys wear up there in Baltimore, those are coming off as well. This is a perfect thing if you want to go out with your friends, wear it to work, do anything in it. $33, chatsports.com/RavensPolo. Again, it's in the comments and description of today's video. Let's talk about the other top 30 visit. Mr. Charles Grant, offensive lineman, mainly as a tackle out of William and Mary, and he had a really, really great year in 2024. And he's one of those guys that, yes, he went to a small school and played small school competition, but people are still really projecting him to be an incredible pro. He had a 90 overall blocking grade. He had an 88.1 pass block, an 89.9 run block. So he's incredible in both areas. Only allowed 2 sacks in 767 snaps. And my prediction with Charles Grant is he's going to be a late round 3 selection. Okay. And in my opinion, I'm not against going offensive line late in the 3rd round because this team has a lot of depth positions to fill in that offensive line. However, in my imagination, when you're going offensive line, you're going on the interior. You're not trying to get an exterior guy that early because you have a lot of confidence in those guys. Roger Rosengarten had a phenomenal rookie year. Ronnie Stanley, you just signed him to a 3-year, $60 million contract. Nobody's scared about Tyler Linderbaum being anything but the best center in the league. And then you look at the guard spots with Daniel Fa'alele, Andrew Voorhees. Those are the 2 positions you need to address, and in my opinion, address in the first 4 rounds, not the offensive tackle. So let me know, what round should the Ravens draft an offensive lineman? Should it be early in the draft? Should it be later? Weigh in and let me know your answer. So I'm going to give you my dream draft scenario for the Baltimore Ravens, okay? Round 1, they go either edge or cornerback, with the edge being the priority. Round 2, they either go cornerback or edge, right? So round 1 or round 2 is either going to be edge in the corner then an edge. And then round 3 and 4, kind of the same as edge and corner in rounds 1 and 2, but you do that with wide receiver and offensive lineman, okay? So if you pick a wide receiver in the 3rd and want to go offensive line in the 4th and vice versa. You have another round 4 selection, and that's where I want to go defensive tackle in the interior of that defensive line. So I'm fine going offensive lineman in the 3rd or 4th round, but again, I would love it to be a guy who plays on the interior. Let's talk about some round 1 targets I'm looking at. Again, a lot of these guys are either edge rushers or they are in the secondary. James Pierce Jr., edge rusher out of Tennessee. I really love Jahdae Barron, the cornerback out of Texas. Unfortunately, he's risen very highly up draft boards over the past couple of weeks. I have a really good feeling he's going to be gone at 27. Same for Nicky Manwari. Same for Mike Green. Now, Mike Green, like we talked about, has the potential to fall down to the end of the draft. Mykel Williams is a really interesting prospect out of Georgia. Didn't have a ton of production, but he has a lot of projection in this league. He's got great size. He's got great speed. And Georgia didn't really utilize him how he should have been, in my opinion. Let's talk round 2. Donovan Izaraku, the edge rusher out of Boston College. I think he's going to be a star. And then you're going to rattle off 4 straight corners. Siobhan Revel Jr., Maxwell Harrison, Benjamin Morrison, and Darian Porter. Those 4 guys, if you can grab any of them in that second round, I'm going to be really, really happy with the draft. Let's talk round 3 now, okay? Final targets I'm giving you for the day. Savion Williams, Jalen Royals, Alec Ayomaner, going to throw a guard in there, Emory Jones Jr. out of LSU, and then Torrey Horton, the wide receiver out of Colorado State. Of all 5 of those prospects, Savion Williams is my favorite. I think he gives Lamar Jackson a brand new target that he's never had in his career. He's a massive X wide receiver, goes up, he can get the jump ball, he can catch the deep ball, he can do anything that this team wants him to. And in an offense where you're really set at quarterback, running back, and those kind of small type receivers, and Rashad Bateman and Zay Flowers, go get yourself an X. Savion Williams might be the best in the draft. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure before you get on out of here, go down, hit that subscribe button, and join us because we're covering the draft, news, rumors, trades, everything you can want right here on the Ravens Rundown.